Hello and welcome to another 31 Days of Horror 2014 update from the Toronto After Dark Film Festival. Well, actually it's from my home, but I was at the film festival earlier, therefore, you know what I mean. Unlike previous years, the 2014 festival has a large number of, what would you call it? Like theme nights, I guess is what you'd call them. This particular night was Zombie Night. Woohoo! Spooky. So there was, a bunch of zombie movies playing and zombies in attendance. The lovely Leslie was able to join me in the last video, accompany me to the screenings, and she was scheduled to join me for these reviews, but she didn't make it. So I'm going to try something a little different this time. This is essentially like a white noise generator. Paranormal investigators would sometimes call it a spirit box, if you will, as they believe they can hear like EVP phenomena in the noise, and essentially hear ghosts talk. I'm going to use it to try and communicate with Leslie, but I don't know if it's going to work. So let me turn this on. Turn it up. Okay, and let's turn off this beeping and the light. Okay, here we go. Leslie, are you with us? Leslie, are you there?
Yes.
Great. Do you remember the zombie movies we watched at the film festival? Leslie?
Yes.
Do you remember the zombie movies we watched at the film festival?
I like the movies on Saturday better than the movie on Friday.
That's right. The zombie movies were on Saturday. The first movie was a film that by name I would have sworn it was Canadian, but it seems that the US beat us to it with Zombeavers. This film was the first feature film from director Jordan Rubin, and stars a bevy of unknown up-and-comers, such as names here. I'll give them to you, even though you probably don't know who they are. Lexi Atkins, Hutch Dano, Peter Gilroy, Rachel Melvin, Courtney Palm is in it, who you may know from a film which I believe played at the festival last year called Sushi Girl, and I think she played the part of Sushi Girl. Then there was also a guy named Jake Weary in the film who actually played was Altitude, I believe is the name of it. I think it's a plane, storm, aliens, or monster, or something. Low budget film, but I haven't seen it yet. I want to see it, but I haven't managed to pick it up. One day I will get to it. But back to Zombeavers. Zombeavers. It's like your classic nature run amok film, similar to classics like Food of the Gods or Empire of the Ants, but with, zombie twist. In the film, a group of young hardbodies are on their way to the family cabin on the lake. And starts out as a sort of like a girls only getaway because there's some boyfriend problems or something along the lines, and eventually turns into this like lust-filled cabin romp as, you know what, the boyfriends show up. Of course, you know what none of these young folks know is that there were some toxic chemicals dumped accidentally into their lake, and specifically the area inhabited by beavers. Cue Zombeaver mayhem.
I loved the Beaver movie, which really surprised me because I thought it was going to be one of the dumbest movies ever.
I don't blame you there. Going into the film, I honestly, I was just going to be happy if I saw some actual zombie beaver kill somebody. But what I got was so much more. The film knows it's cheesy. The beavers are so fake looking and are clearly puppets. But you know what? Because the film it doesn't take itself seriously and is schlocky, you just don't care.
It was so bad it was good. I really liked that it didn't pretend to be anything other than what it was.
Yeah, that was part of the charm and fun of this film. But let's move on to the second film. The second film was the sequel to the German Nazi zombie flick Dead Snow, called Dead Snow 2, Red vs. Dead. This Norwegian film was directed by Tommy Wirkola, and continues essentially right where the first one sort of ended. If the name Tommy Wirkola seems familiar, he's the same guy who wrote and directed the first Dead Snow, but then went on to direct the big budget feature Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. Take that for whatever you will. In Dead Snow 2, instead of the German Nazi going after their gold, which essentially would have just been a rehash of the first film, the reasons given for this film are sort of related to the idea that the group is drawn forward not by the gold but by unfinished orders. So they were given orders before they died, which were never completed. But really, to go into any further detail would probably be giving away too much. Leslie, what did you think of Dead Snow 2 and Nazi zombies?
The zombie movie was the first zombie movie I ever saw.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Well, I think I saw Night of the Living Dead a long time ago, but no other ones in recent memory.
Perhaps, but Zombeavers, which you saw before Dead Snow, was also a zombie movie, so it would technically be the first zombie movie you would have seen. It's not human zombies, because it was about zombie beavers, but zombie beavers are still zombies, much like zombie Nazis are still zombies. But what did you think about the movie itself?
It was good. And I like that it wasn't the typical zombies eat brains thing, that there was a story.
Yeah, unlike your typical zombie movie, or, something like The Walking Dead, where zombies are just interested in eating the living, Dead Snow zombies were simply undead soldiers and acted upon orders much like a living soldier might. Of course, there were some non-Nazi zombies in the film, and I think they were created in the film itself, not a continuation from the first. And they tended to act like normal zombies, but because they weren't really an important aspect of the film or the plot, they weren't really focused on. Like the first film, this is about what kind of crazy ways zombies can be killed, and the crazy ways zombies kill humans. It's basically how much of the comedy and entertainment is generated.
It was funny, but not as funny as I expected it to be, so I was a bit disappointed.
Yeah, I'm of a similar thought, because it relies almost entirely on, like, sight gags. It wasn't as funny as a film might be that has a lot of witty dialogue. It's like they used gore and nasty things to achieve comedic results.
The ending was very gross, where he woke up his girlfriend. Ew.
Yeah, but I love that part. It was like so funny, man.
Funny,
Like,
but gross. And that one zombie who was with them was so cute. Not literally.
oh yeah, the running gag zombie, who basically just wasn't having the best of days. He was a type of like a funny cute.
I may have actually liked the Beaver movie better.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I think I'm in agreement with you there. Though I think the audiences in general were more on the side of the Nazi zombies. I think I'm leaning more towards the schlocky zombie beaver puppets rather than like the gory, gruesome CG mixed with practical effects for Dead Snow. I thought Dead Snow tended to be a lot of the same over and over, and well, over the top, funny, and essentially entertaining. It tended to be tiresome after a while. So yeah, I'm leaning more towards Zombeaver myself. We also watched an international short program earlier on in the day, which had a whole bunch of short films from all over the world. But honestly, I think this video is long enough, and you're not likely going to be able to see most of the shorts anywhere. So commenting on them would be, I don't know, kind of pointless. So let's wrap this video up here. From me and the spirit of Leslie, till the next video, take care and have a good one.
Yes.